Let's play more Nigoro! I was paging through Nigoro's lists of games to see which games would play well with Let's Play, but even though most of them, if not all of them, are actually pretty good, they're either too short and make a 5-minute video, or they're too simple and kinda get a little repetitive. The ideas are sound, it's just they fall into the regular Flash game trap. So I decided to condense it into what I consider the best of Nigoro. Well, besides Llama Lana. So I picked a Rose and Camellia type game and this, Mirai, also known as Future Development Company. This is the game that appeared in Llama Lana even though it didn't exist yet. It came as a ROM that gave you the ability to teleport to back-end areas. And even came with its own about, just like the other game. It has a little story about the game. It says Future Development Company. The universe is handyman. We have the tech to handle any job. We've just recently expanded with a branch office in the space colonies. But their requests just get crazier and crazier. And in the meantime, they're constantly under attack from the bad aliens. With the operator Opiko at your side, that's her right here, take the reins as company president, completing jobs and opening new offices throughout the universe. If you haven't guessed it already, it's a SimCity type game, but I call it an action SimCity, because we fight aliens as we build. Nigoro likes to call it a simulation puzzler, and you'll see why. Let's start. You can go through the tutorial, but stage 1 is pretty much a tutorial in its own right. We're gonna launch a Buddha tower into space. That sounds easy. It also sounds really ridiculous. I'm all for it. Let's go. And it jumps us right into the mission. Buddha tower into space. And right off the bat, we build ourselves a headquarters. We're gonna start the mission and send that tower into space. But we're gonna need to research some rockets first. We don't have those laying around. We're gonna need a lab. But it drains on our funding, so we're gonna need money first. If we run out of funds, we're bankrupt and the game is over. So we're gonna need to raise money first. Also, if you ever get stuck, you can just call Opiko right back, and she'll give you some hints or other advice. Let's not jump into research right now, it needs to know our funding. We need a factory. And it won't work without energy, so we'll also need an energy plant. So, in SimCity kind of style, you can build up our factories and energy plants. And every time you complete a building, not only does it cost money, it costs a little bit of personnel too. And they come rushing out of our headquarters to work there. Now we got a factory that's working. That'll make us money. But there's also a limit on how many buildings you can hook up to an energy plant. If there's no energy left over, you can't run it. There's an energy limit right here when you click on your energy plants. We could hook up 4 factories if we wanted to, because every factory costs 2. Once we upgrade our energy plants, we could make even more factories to work here. But I like to go with just 2, because usually I don't like crossing this road. This road right here, let me pause this for a second, so I don't run out of time here. This is actually on a timer. We got 24 minutes to finish this. But these roads are pretty much people conduits. Don't block roads or they can't get to buildings. And then they just run right back to the headquarters. And also with the headquarters itself, if it's attacked by aliens and destroyed, that's also a game over. Let's not do that. Alright. I like to prepare for anything that'll be nasty. And put up a gun battery. It doesn't use up a lot of people, and you'll see what that's for later. And of course we need a lab to research stuff. That'll increase our technology level that's down here. Oh no! Aliens! We need to shoot it down by hitting the fight button right up here. If we have a gun battery, like right there, we can attack with it. And if the UFO attacks a building, we could click on it and chase it away. But it's better to hit it with a gun battery. Let's do something! Opiko's scared! Oh, that's a different UFO. It's an attack UFO. If it succeeds in attacking a building, it'll blow it up completely, killing everybody. And it looks like it's trying to go for my lab. Use a gun battery and you will get a reward from the government. This is the best way to earn money in the game, besides having a whole bunch of factories. And now that we have a lab built, we can start researching that rocket tech. Right down here, you can see your build, if you're building something or if you're researching something. Let's build another one of these labs, right here. And a gun battery to protect my HQ, because I don't want to get a game over on level 1. Now, every lab drains 5 money every turn, which is like half a second. Every factory makes 5 money. And when you upgrade them, they take even more money to run. So, we're gonna need more factories. So I'm gonna build another energy plant, and build some more factories right up here. And now we're gonna run into a unique problem. We've ran out of people. There's nobody left in HQ to work here. We're understaffed. We're gonna have to hire more people. But we need money to do so. So let's kill UFOs until we get that money we need. I should have thought ahead. Now I gotta wait on my factories. In later levels, if the wait for something gets too long, I'm just gonna cut it out. You don't need to sit here and look at nothing going on. It's the weakness of simulation games. You have to wait on whatever you build. It's all my fault. But hey, at least we got rocket tech now. That's a good thing. Connected to an energy plant, but we need to build it first. Luckily, we got all these factories. And now we can recruit people. 100 more people costs 500. That's why I had to wait. But at least I'm going to be making 10 profit every turn. Unless the factory is out of energy. We're going to have to use a pipeline and place a little bit of pipe dream. And we can do it. If you block this road with a pipeline, people won't be able to get there and they rush right back to the headquarters, like I said. And now our factories are quick at work making a rocket engine. So that shouldn't take too long. This is going to be a relatively short mission. And a relatively short video. Other missions will take longer. This is how to not fail at being a corporate boss mission. Now we got those rocket engines. Let's launch that Buddha tower already. Let's just hire a little bit more people before we do that. Worst thing in this game, besides having UFOs wreck all your stuff, is running out of people. Because there's a time limit. It's too fast! Is wait! Yeah, Nigoro translated to themselves. They're not good at being English. But let's set up some energy plants, because that's what these rocket engines need. They require energy. They also require about 200 money, but no people, thankfully. We can't use people as rocket fuel. Get out of here, UFO. I dislike you. At least he gave us enough money to build our last rocket engine. And of course, we need pipelines. Yeah, they need energy to fly, you know. It's not a perpetual energy source. We're not that far in the future. And she was giving us an ugly face while she was doing it. Oh hey, my technology rose enough that I could actually get supercomputer labs. But I don't really need those. This mission is pretty much over. They're just more powerful labs. They take more money and they give you more research in return. And we got these things hooked up. Mission over! Let's launch this Buddha tower. The tower is cleared for launch. 3, 2, 1, lift off! Yay! We just launched us a Buddha into space. Space Buddha. Space Buddha in space. It's so beautiful. But why did we do this? It's a little weird. Oh well, they paid us for it. I guess it was just the thrill of seeing a space Buddha launch into space. This space colony was rather simple. Oh well. We'll never see Space Buddha again, I guess. See you later, Space Buddha. And for completing the mission, you'll get a score. We could show off the results on Twitter, but we don't have Twitter in the future. Heck with that. We got something else. And that's it for Stage 1. It's clear. Next time on Mirai, we're going to take on Stage 2 and maybe part of Stage 3. I don't know yet. I'm ArmoredChocobo. Good night, folks.